Hey, Max Toure, thank you for the stars. We appreciate you all sending us stars. If you're just joining us, welcome to this special briefing. Sorry, I'm working from home these days, so I have to do this live from home. So, but first, we want to bring you an update on Sabally and Sheriffo by Sonko. If you've been watching, if you're following our page, we did update that Sheriffo by Sonko has been charged, and because he posted that on his page. Now, but there's a situation that really happened. A charge sheet was brought, but he has not been officially charged as it being charged. You know, first the background is, thank you, like I said, thanks Max Toure for the stars, we appreciate. Now, if you guys send us stars and you watch the show, that empowers Kirfatu, that way we earn money from that, so we want to thank you for that. Thank you so much, Max Toure, for the stars. So I will do this in English first and then do it in the local languages. So what happened is, you know, for the past 3 days, Sabally, Momodou Sabally, the UDP campaign manager, and Sheriffo by Sonko have been called for questioning. Sheriffo is detained at the Kanifing PIU, and Sabally is detained at the Kairaba police station. Thank you, Baba Sisi. Thank you for the stars. And then they have been detained. Now, they have not been charged. And I think we did update that Sheriffo went on hunger strike because he was upset with the conditions, because he was called for questioning. Why should he be put on a cell? You know, they were put on the cell and they were denied access to have communication, and this is somebody that has not been charged. So when they were taking in for questioning, they were just told it's for questioning. So Sheriffo, based on that, that is why Sheriffo went into hunger strike. And because when I spoke to him myself through somebody, he said the reason why he went on hunger strike is because they were putting him in a jail. He was in the cell. He was in a cell for how many hours without water and anything. So in frustration of that, that's why he went into hunger strike. And a lot of people, when we did the post, a lot of people came out and begged him to stop. People went there, GM and other people went there to beg him, and he actually refused. He said, I remember Nene and MC Cham went in there. MC called me, telling me to beg him, and he refused. But I think the party leader went there and he forced him to eat something, and that's when he ate something. He said he was doing this in frustration of what the kind of detention he was going through, and you know, not having access. And Sabally also went through the same treatment, you know, putting them in a cell when they were just called for questioning. And this started on Friday. So today normally they should be either released on bail or charged. Now, this morning we had information that they were going to be released without charges. In fact, we did prepare a story regarding that because our insider sources at the police told us that. But later on, as we were waiting, getting updated, we saw Sheriffo put out a post that he was charged. But what we came to find out is this. The police came and brought a charge sheet, and this charge sheet, you know, was outlining, threatening a police officer and that sort. When they brought in that charge sheet and they said this is what the charges are and read it to them, Sabally at that point, accompanied by lawyers, their lawyers, I think Bori Toure and Mr. Lamin Mare, and some of the UDP officials who were there said, actually, no, we are not going to, you want to charge him, but he's not going to sign this, because if he signs this charge sheet, that means he's consenting to what you have already charged him. So they refused to sign the charge sheet, and that is why they went back and forth with the police there as to whether they should sign the charge sheet or not. And then Sabally and his team refused to sign the charge sheet. The police actually came with the charge sheet, but the Sabally and his team said, we are not going to sign this charge sheet, because when we sign this, it means we are consenting to what you are already accusing us. So the police said, okay, we are going back to consult with our team and we will be getting back. So this is the situation. They have not been officially charged. They brought the charge sheet, but these people refused to sign it. So, but 72 hours should elapse today, I think around 4:30. So we don't know what the update is going to be. So this is the situation. I'm going to call Lamin Mane, who is right now with Sabally and the team at the Kairaba police station. Nene is also at the PIU. So they'll both update us as to what is happening, but this is what happened. So I'll just recap it in Mandinka. Badi gol ngal bismillah, kom ka fanya mindro, ngal tento mol mi bebe jiberola. Mim keta rong wolon ko alialo no ko Momodou Sabally aning Sheriffo Bairo Sonko. Ye mutanum kabring arjumalungo. Momodou Sabally be Kairaba police station. Sheriffo Bairo Sonko be at the Kanifing police. So nga update ke nung kafo nung ko Sheriffo be nung hunger strike la tonyalo because Sheriffo ya foko Sheriffo e min fo ko ate a konkole among Sheriffo be nung hunger strike la mi hunger strike ni prompt wolom ako kabranata ya dundi selo kono. He was called for questioning. Ima charge ya dundi selo kono. So kabri ya dundi selo kono. Ima access diala to make any calls. Wo frustration he decided to go on hunger strike. So he did that for almost 44 hours. So kabrin tolonga post. Mo, thank you so much for the stars. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Kabrin na post ko Sheriffo was on hunger strike. Mo jamali aje. Mol nata diamaye. I remember aji yam nyolbe tata jele nene remember MC Chami yon call kafunya diamu Sheriffo yamanson domorola mbe diamu kangaye. So we all spoke to him. He said no, he's not going to, and we respected his opinion. And I remember Nene going back and forth because atele katara ntoleji every day she's going back and forth there. So he told us that so I think party leader Lawyer Dabo, party leader Lawyer Dabo went there yesterday, and he basically forced him to eat. So he basically he ate. Tell frustration or minty. Ye command for questioning. Access deal to a phone, so he was frustrated based on that. On hunger strike, but alhamdulillah, I can bring Mr. Dabo Diamtai and hunger strike end. So what happened was that continued. So be samanda after 72 hours sita police will nyanta either ke bail or a charge. So be around 4:30 or so 72 hours nyol be 72 hours nyanta elapse la. So this morning, told we had an insider information call. Actually, they were going to just charge them. They were just going to bail them without charges. So actually in that telephone story update just to be on standby because that's what we got from our sources. But later on, things change because there were briefings at the police command in Banjul as to what to charge, what not to charge, what evidence they have. We don't want to say those things here, but we know the decision in the morning was not to charge them. But later on, nata ngaji Sheriffo ya safari page to ya chargeless. So when what happened nga call ke nata nyin karoke nata me realize ole koiko police holding emin fonye ko police holding charge shit nata. Now, Manama, thank you so much. You are one of our star senders. Thank you so much, Nana Makena. We appreciate you. So, in that afonyoko, police will natale inila charge sheet. Kabri charge sheet nati, something that they were going to charge them for. They brought the papers. Kabri nati, I think there, Lamin Manenyol, aning Nene Nyolu, aning Nene Frida Nyol, aning I think Boriture Nyol will be in jail. So in that go now, I'll can sign because Nene signed some document. I don't know the content of that document, but if you Nalia sign, you are just consenting to whatever they're saying. So you can sign. So it all from a Manson sign la. So police will not have okay. We will go back and consult and get back later on in the day. But what we know is today 72 hours in elapsed. So definitely they will have to bail them, or they will have to either bail them or charge them. So our insider is even telling us for Sheriffo, he's saying he's not going to leave because they have to either charge him or leave. Why did you keep me and not bail me and not charge me and just to bail me? Because all the time molmuta albuke charge alke bail wonyama. I'm not going to go through stuff like that. So those are the confusions that is going on there right now. So I'm going to call Lamin Mane be Kairaba police station. So I say update dinner what is going on there, and Nene also Wobe Janale. Nene is at the PIU where Canifing PIU where Sheriffo is who at update dealer. We just wanted to update because there are mixed confusions from even our end. We wrote that Sheriffo was charged. Yes, that is what they presented to them. Officially, they have not been, it's, they brought it and but it's not been finalized. You can consult. So let me just call Mr. Mane and see if he can update us as to what's going on. So Ninaba caring right now. So yes, this is what is happening right now. We wanted to update people so people saw along what is going on and have an understanding as to what is going on. But hopefully they will be billed today because obviously 72 hours will be clock lullaby. So this is the situation, So I'll just talk to Mr. Mane now. Thank you. Thank you, Mohammed Alamin Dabo, for the stars. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, so Nineba Kerry right now. So Mr. Mane is not yet picking, so I'll call. He's not yet picking, so I'll call Nene first. Because, hey, Lamin, thank you so much for the stars. 1,000 stars. Wow, we appreciate you. Thank you so much, Lamin Boja. Thank you for the stars. For those of you who don't know the stars are money that when you send Kirfa to stars, you're directly supporting Kirfa to giving us money, empowering us, and this helps us also to grow. So we do appreciate if you send us the stars. Thank you so much, Lamin. We appreciate that. Hey, Nene. Oh, hold on. Hi, Mr. Mane. Welcome to Kirfatu. Thank you very much.
Talking to somebody before I picked up, you hung up here.
All right, thank you so much. I am live on the page right now. I just wanted you to take us through what is happening, where you are right now, and what is the situation.
I am currently at the Kairaba police station, and we've been here since midday.
Okay.
And we're waiting for the police to take a decision. Some gentlemen came from Banjul and tried to prefer charges against Mr. Sabally. And what they suggested was that they were going to charge him for threatening public officials with violence.
Okay.
Which is entirely their prerogative. They can do that to charge him.
Yeah.
And we will fight it in court. But what they asked was that whether he wanted to accept that charge and sign for it. And they were fair to say that whatever he signs could be used against him in a court of law.
Okay.
And we told them precisely because of that, he's not going to sign that declaration because that means admitting guilt for something he did not do.
Okay.
So we refused him to sign that charge, and he was, in any way, he was also against signing that because that means admitting guilt for something that he did not do. So that's more like coercing him to admit guilt, and that wasn't going to happen. So when he did not sign that, they said they were going to get back to us. They have to go and report back to their base and get back to us before the end of the day.
Wow.
So since then, we've been sitting here, we're waiting. One of our lawyers, Boridabo, was also trying to... Boriture, sorry.
Okay.
Boriture was also trying to process a bail application. So we're waiting here. Nothing has gone through yet. We are told that they could be released sometime during the day, but we're still waiting.
Okay.
It's an unfortunate situation because Sabally and Sonko were both interviewed on Friday evening. Since then, nobody has talked to them. Nobody has interviewed them until this morning when they tried to prefer charges.
Okay.
I think when we prefer charges, the defendant or the detainee in this case is free to accept or not to accept. When you prefer charges, and then we take it to the next stage.
Yeah.
But that did not happen, at least not yet. So we are waiting. Hopefully common sense will prevail and they would do the right thing.
So what exactly was on the charges? Is it necessary for the detainee to sign that shit? Because I think you can charge somebody. I want the lawyers here to help me. You can charge somebody without them signing anything, right?
No, they don't need to sign that because what they're asking to sign is to admit guilt.
Oh.
And he will not admit that because that is not the case.
Okay.
I told them you cannot construe this from a post on Facebook. which has absolutely no link with any of these things.
Okay.
But somebody somewhere decided that they were going to charge him for that and wanted him to sign up to say he did. No, he did not. He did not threaten any public official with violence. So we could not sign up for that. They can prefer those charges and we take it to the next stage.
Yeah.
But you cannot try to compel him to sign. Well, they didn't compel him, but they wanted him to sign.
But they made him. They made him know his rights. That if you sign,
they did.
yeah.
To be fair to them, they did say that.
Yeah.
If you sign this, it could be used against you in a court of law, which is more like the Miranda rights, and that is correct.
Okay.
That's okay. There they went by the law, and we appreciate that.
Wow.
So the gentlemen who came were very professional because they did say what they were trying to charge him with.
Okay.
And they told him if he went to sign, he said no. He said no.
Wow.
Because they did say that yes, if you sign this, it can be used against you in a court of law, and we know that. We all know that.
Yeah.
We're all lawyers by training, so we know what it means. So he was going to charge. He signed that, and they said, okay, we'll get back to you. We'll report to our base and come back to you later.
Wow.
But the decision should have been taken before
Yeah.
to charge him or release him.
Yeah.
So we asked them, are you going to can we bail him and let him go and then report if necessary? They said, well, they can't take the decision now. They have to report to their base.
Okay.
So essentially meaning they are not in control. Somebody's in control who's going to be able to make a decision or not. So we are waiting.
So what exactly are the charges that they were bringing on? What exactly were the charges?
The charge they try to prefer is that he has threatened a public official with violence.
Okay.
That is the charge they wanted to prefer.
Okay.
And he said, that is your entitlement, you can do that.
Okay.
But he doesn't have to accept. And then he can go to court and challenge it.
Okay.
But when he wouldn't sign, they said they would go back, go to their base and come back later.
Okay.
Which is an unusual procedure.
So as you speak, they said they are going to consult and come back.
And come back to us.
Okay. So and
we're
then
still
that's
waiting.
you're still waiting. But apart from that, can the lawyers file for a bail? How do they do that?
Well, normally you would file for a bail when charges are preferred, but under the circumstances, you cannot also keep our people in detention without charging them, without releasing them.
Okay.
That is an abuse of process, an abuse of power, actually, because under normal democratic dispensation, you wouldn't call anybody in for questioning on Friday unless it's an emergency, and that needs to be done, or because if there are risks that person presents to the society, you can call them anybody weekend, etc. But if there is no risk of flight, and there is no threat to society, and there is no imminent risk, you do not need to call them on Friday to detain them from Friday to Monday. You can call them on Monday and have them interrogated, and then proceed what you need to do.
Yeah.
And after questioning them on Friday, if there is nothing you can hold against them, why do you keep them over the whole weekend to start over again on Monday? They could have released them on Friday evening, and they come back on Monday if there is any need to continue. There are enough people around to stand in as surety for them. You don't need to keep them over the weekend just to punish them.
Yeah.
Unduly.
Okay.
So this is what we are totally against. We all want to respect the law and comply with the law because we believe in the rule of law in the UDP. And we have been fighting for that all the time.
Yeah.
But this is a two-way street. We comply with the rule of law, but the police authorities should also comply with the rule of law.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a one-way street. That's how we all get to respect the law.
Okay.
So it is totally wrong to invite these people on Friday and keep them till Monday without interrogating them. It's an abuse of process and power.
Well, the police said they are. The police say they are also doing their investigations. The law provides for them to be able to question anybody and hold them for 72 hours. Even though Madi Jobate will say that is wrong because, you know, there's nothing. I heard your party leader also say there's nothing to investigate. Whatever Sabally said was on the public domain. I mean,
Absolutely.
but the police can also. The police also have the right to say we are still investigating, right? So we can still give them that, right?
Look, we do respect their rights to interrogate people and investigate.
Okay.
What we do contest is when you abuse of that right to detain people unnecessarily for lengthy periods of time, which do not warrant their stay in police custody. They have the right to investigate. They have the right to do whatever they need to do. But that could be done with Sabally and Sheriffo sitting with their families. They don't have to be in these difficult conditions here with mosquitoes and everything. These cells are infested with mosquitoes.
What is the situation? Because we spoke to Sheriffo, and he told us the reason why he went into hunger strike is because he was put in a cell, and the conditions of the cell, and he didn't have access to be able to have access to call his family, even though he was not charged with anything. He was just called for questioning. Is it the same situation that Sabally experienced too?
Both of them are in the same condition. They're in different locations, but the conditions are the same. What I do have to say, though, is that the police in those stations have been very professional.
Okay.
They did not detain them. They did not investigate them. They are simply asked to keep them. And they have been very professional and treated the Sabally and Sonko with decorum, and they have showed the same decorum to all of us who came to visit them, who have been coming to visit them.
Okay.
So we have to commend them for that.
Okay.
They have been really professional, and we commend that, because that's what we expect from our police force. We expect them to uphold the rule of law and to respect the citizens. You investigate, that's your right, but that doesn't stop you being courteous towards people.
Okay.
So we do respect that. But the others who came to interrogate them and try to charge them, and they disappear. You don't see them.
Yeah.
And they come, and I guess their hands are tied somewhere.
Their hands are, when you say their hands are tied somewhere, what do you mean?
They don't make the decisions.
Okay.
They don't make the decision. They come, they interrogate, and they go to report to other people who make the decisions whether to release them or to keep them.
Okay.
That again we can understand. But when there is no prima facie evidence linking these people to this event, sad and unfortunate event that happened on the 12th, why do you have to keep our people? There is no prima facie evidence linking them to that.
Yeah.
And there is no risk of flight for any of these people.
Yeah.
There is no imminent threat to society. Why do you need to keep them? Let them go home and be with their families and call them in for questioning, and they will come back. These are honorable, reliable citizens of this country who are here for fighting for the political party and for the political dispensation in this country to be what we want it to be democratic. So they are not going anywhere. They're not running anywhere. They're not threat to anybody. Nobody believes that Sabally or Sheriffo will hurt any official in this country.
No.
They're not hurting anybody. They are fighting a political fight which is totally democratic, and that is their right as citizens. Under the Constitution, 1997 Constitution, even though we challenge that Constitution, it still grants them the right to freedom of expression. And freedom of expression is sacrosanct. Now, why do you want to violate that? If you have charges against them, you have evidence against them, bring it to court. But don't harass and intimidate and punish people unduly. It is wrong. And we will not accept that. We will fight it in court.
Yesterday, we got reports. I think Mr. Dabo at the press conference said, some of your militants who went to see Sabally were harassed. Has that been addressed?
For the moment, what happened actually on that Friday, I was here until about 8:30. I left, and understand later on some PIU officials showed up and roughed up our people who were here, Sabally and Co.
Yeah.
And accused them of obstructing. I came and asked if I didn't know what was obstructing. Somewhere even in their car, they were pulled out of their car. One of them was detained overnight. And this was an asthma patient.
Yeah.
And at night, he had asthma attacks and was trying to get help.
Wow.
He could have died from lung collapse. He was kept there just because somebody decided that he was obstructing. Obstructing what?
Oh.
He was pulled out from his car.
Okay. Wow.
And he was kept overnight and released only the following day around midday or so.
Wow.
This abuse of power is what we need to stop in this country. This is what we went through for 22 years on the journey. This is what has to change. And the authorities have to realize that it's in the interest of all Gambians that we have proper dispensation of justice, and everybody's rights are accepted and respected in this country for us to move forward. Because we are not going back to 22 years ago. We are not. They've got to understand that. We going to challenge every one of these actions in court. The Gambia has to be a democratic state, not just in theory, but in theory and in practice. That means respecting Gambians and their civil liberties and rights and freedom of expression and all that goes with it.
So how is Sabally's spirit right now? Because the reason why I ask is I remember in December when the coup, the alleged coup d'etat happened, Sabally was also arrested around that time.
Yes.
And then again, this unfortunate incident happened, something that we all condemned as Gambians. Nobody should attack or threaten our law enforcement agencies, especially to the extent of killing people, and one battling with her life is uncalled for, and whoever does it should face the full force of the law. But the coincidence here is Sabally was arrested when the coup d'etat was announced, and he was kept for days. And some of us came out to say, look, they're abusing his rights. They even tried to do some stuff at the courts, which was not acceptable. Again, the same Sabally also, a few days after this incident happened, he's arrested again. How is his spirit right now? Does he feel like he's been targeted or anything? What is his feeling right now?
Sabally is an extraordinarily strong gentleman. His spirits are still very high, but of course, naturally, like anybody, he is upset because he's been unfairly targeted. These people have a kind of phobia for Sabally. Sabally is fighting on the political ground. Why is it that this government does not want to fight its opponents in the political arena? Why do you have to weaponize the justice system, the police system, to try to silence your opponents? Go fight them on the political arena. That's what we're asking for. We want free and fair competition in the political scene so that whoever wins fairly and squarely. You cannot stop your opponents from participating in politics because you just want to harass them and get them out of the political scene through weaponization of the justice system or the police system. That does not work. We have to have proper democratic dispensation in this country. Let's fight in the polls. Win elections and go to and run the country. If you don't win the elections, you go away for the next turn and you come back again. That's the way it's supposed to be. But because Sabally is a very good politician and is very forthright, etc., you want to eliminate him, and who knows, try to eliminate maybe the UDP. And that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So we're all better off playing by the rules in the book. You cannot be moving the goalposts whilst we are playing. And you cannot keep trying to antagonize and just silence people because you think that's the way you can win elections, because you know you can win them fairly and squarely. So let's eliminate them so we win. No, the Gambians are too smart for that now. We've been there, we're not going back there. So we've got to play politics by the book. It's democratic dispensation we all want in this country. Let's go for free and fair elections. We campaign, we do our politicking, and we lay our agenda bare before the Gambian electorate and let them choose. That's the way it's supposed to be. And we will all be better off for that. The Gambia will be a democratic state, and we all know we play by the same rules. You win, you lose, you go and wait for your turn next time.
Now,
that is what we are asking for. UDP has always been asking for every citizen to abide by the law. The party has been doing that for 27 years. Do you think they will go now to commit these heinous crimes against our own sons and daughters? When they were trying to send our kids to Niger to go die there, we said no. We said we don't want our sons and daughters going to die in Niger. Don't send them out there. We need to protect their lives. That's what we said. Would we fight for them at that point and now turn around now and kill our own kids? Because people are trying to link this to the UDP. And this is not going to happen. We are not in any way involved in this. We condemn it, we fight it, and we want our sons and daughters protected. Our servicemen, as I said in one of the TV programs not long ago, our servicemen look after us. They protect us while we are sleeping, so we need to protect them too. We need to fight for their rights. And we will fight for their rights. We have no intention of seeing them getting hurt. We even propose that they be armed, be able to defend themselves when they go out on duty. that they're giving body armor to protect them in this kind of situation. We've asked for all of that because we want our servicemen and women protected and safe. These are our kids, our sons and daughters, our nephews and brothers and sisters.
Now, as a party, I know you're an official of the UDP, and I think I saw your party leader address this. When this incident, unfortunate incident happened, which we don't want to delve into because it's under investigations,
yes, exactly.
The government spokesperson came out, and I think the reason